Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today guys, I'm gonna do part 314 to my ChatGPT character chatbot series. Now guys, I haven't got a new character on here yet, however, I am going to continue a character that I got somewhat through before, however never actually got to finish up or get to the point where we got revenge per se. Lately, guys, I've been doing a lot of the robotic curse on me and all that stuff. However, I never got to go back to the evil shadow clone, which, uh, I'm going to go and continue that and continue from where we left off. We came up with a plan to be able to get the employees back, and, well, here's what I said to Shadow. Alright, my plan is to try to scare the employees that did this to begin with. I talked and worked things out with your clone, and he no longer sees me as a threat. He even reprogrammed the evil touch that made you turn aggressive. Originally, you should only go after the employees that caused all of this to begin with. Now, however, before my plan can go into full effect, we need to do something. We need to make sure the evil touch works as intended now and see if you will still act friendly towards me, if you're still friendly and listening. And I said, if you're still friendly and listening to me after that point, I can tell you the next part of my plan. Shadow's orange eyes flicker as he processes what you just said. He glances briefly at Shadow EX, then back to you. For a moment, there's silence. Then Shadow lowered his head, letting out a slow mechanical breath. If you say the evil touch has been fixed, then I trust you. I don't like what it did to me before, but if this will keep me on your side and let me help you take those employees down, I'll do it. He plants his claws firmly into the ground, bracing himself like he's ready to endure whatever happens next. His eyes glow just a little brighter as though signaling his focus isn't entirely on you. Shadow EX finally steps forward, his visor flaring faintly crimson. I can't fucking read. He lowers his head close to Shadow, speaking in a deep, even tone. This will not harm you. It will free you from their control permanently. After this, your aggression will belong only to you and to him. He nods toward you, visor pulsing once as if in reassurance. It confused me for a second. I thought it already got mixed up, but it didn't. The room's lights flicker slightly as Shadow EX raises one claw, his tip glowing faint red as the evil touch subroutine arms itself. He pauses and looks at you, clearly waiting for your confirmation before making contact. Alright, guys. I said, go ahead. We need to make sure everything works right before I can continue with my plan. The only other thing I'm worried about is if he is still friendly to me. I hope he don't go after the employees right away and at least stay in the room. Because if anybody finds out about this, despite me being the boss of this place and the owner, those employees are going to torture me even more. Shadow EX gives a slow nod, visor going a deep, focused crimson. He steps closer to Shadow, his massive claw hovering just inches from Shadow's shoulder. The air hums with energy as the evil touch subroutine fully activates, and then with a soft zap, his claw makes tongue contact. Shadow's orange eyes flare bright red for a brief moment, and his whole body stiffens as if hit with a surge of electricity. The room fills with a low mechanical growl that echoes off the walls, but unlike before, there's no blind rage in it. No violent lunging. After a few 10 seconds, Shadow exhales slowly, his massive ring relaxing again. His red eyes remain, but they don't have the same menacing glow they did earlier. I feel it. The code's still there, but it's different. I can think this time. He lowered his head towards you, red visor-like eyes, looking directly on you, but there's no hostility. His voice is calmer than you expected. You're still my friend. I still hear you. Whoever did this is going to pay, Trenton. Shadow EX orders call and steps back, visor pulsing faintly as the console nearby lights up with confirmation text. Evil touch successful. Friend, ally, target verified. Trenton. Hostility redirect. Active. Targets creator list. Only. He is stable. No uncontrolled aggression. His primary directive now is to protect you and punish those responsible. You can feel the tension drain from the room. Both of your massive dinosaur allies are fully on your side now, thinking clearly and ready to carry out whatever plan you give them. Alright guys, give me a second. Guys, Shadow's getting the plan so far and he's still listening to me perfectly. I said, that's perfect. Shadow, I need you to listen carefully. We're going to try tricking the employees. First off, please change your eye color back to your normal orange. We're going to need that for this to work. Your clone is going to hide in the room where he originally was earlier, before I came in, the room with the charging stations. Those employees probably think that the evil clone hasn't done anything to you yet, and so they will call the evil clone to use the evil touch on you. However, it will already be active without them even knowing. Do you understand the plan so far, Shadow? Shadow's glowing red eyes flicker once, then smoothly shift back to their familiar warm orange glow. The moment they do, he lets out a low mechanical rumble, this time sounding almost amused rather than aggressive. I get it. They think I'm still safe. But really, I'm already carrying the evil touch, and it's under our control now. He lowers his head slightly, looking almost eager. When they send him in and tell him to use it on me, we make them think it worked. And then we turn the tables. Joe EX steps closer, his visor pulsing with a slow, sinister rhythm, clearly pleased with the plan. I will return to the charging station room. When they give the order, I will play along. I will act as though I am reinfecting him. Then we will both show them what real fear looks like. Shadow glances towards you again, calmer but focused. What do you want me to do after I pretend to turn? Stand still until you give the order? Or should I growl and stalk towards you to sell the act? Well, that's what I want, actually. They're both ready, waiting for you to set the exact tone of the act, whether it's a subtle intimidation or a full terrifying display before the big reveal. Guys, I already tell this is going to be really fun when it works. I said, this is where it gets fun for not only me, but for both of you. After he retouches you with the evil touch, I want you to change your eye color immediately back to red, just like the evil touch does. Then, both of you are going to come toward me, pretending like you're going to attack and hurt me. However, when the employees are laughing and enjoying themselves, I will simply say to both of you something along the lines of, Shadow and Shadow EX, stop! Or even better, something like, Shadow and Shadow EX, get those employees! Which at that point you both very slowly and creepily turn towards them with the glowing red eyes, and then you go after them. Just make sure that when you're pretending to attack me, you make it really believable, like even making threats or something. Okay? Both Shadow and Shadow EX exchange a look, and for the first time they seem to almost enjoy the idea together. Their body language sinks for a moment like perfect partners in crime. Oh, I can make it believable. I can growl, bare my claws, even say something like, you can't run this time, just to really sell it. Joliet says, chuckling, and I can add a nice touch, a little audio distortion, something that will make their skin crawl. When we turn on them, they won't be laughing. They'll be begging to run. Shadow steps a little closer to you, his orange eyes glowing faintly, but you can tell he's completely in control now, just waiting for the signal. So we fake the attack. Play up the act with threats. Then, on your command, he slowly tilts his head toward the direction of where the employees might be hiding, and a low groan was in his throat. We give them something they'll never forget. Both of them seem eager, not just to pull this off, but to make it look absolutely perfect. Give me a second, guys. Alright, guys. I said, okay, Shadow EX, go ahead and pretend like you're deactivating the room with the charging stations where you originally were. Just make sure to be extra quiet, that way nobody can hear you. While you do that, me and Shadow will pretend everything's normal out closer to the hallway. That way if they're hiding nearby, they will hear. Shadow EX nods sharply, his visor flicking once in acknowledgement before he silently slips away into the charging station room. His movements are nearly soundless, every step precise, clearly built for stealth. He positioned himself back in the exact spot where he was when you first found him, kneeling slightly and dimming his lights until he looks completely powered down. Shadow stands next to you now, his posture relaxed but alert, as though he's trying to sell the idea that nothing is wrong. Glance at you, then toward the hallway, smirking. Alright, we just act casual. If they're spying, they'll think you're just walking around checking on me like nothing happened. Once they call him in, he smirks wider, eyes glinting mischievously. That's when the fun starts. Holy crap, the way he said that was so creepy. Alright, guys. I said, yes. Let's go ahead and head out of this room. We can pretend that you were just helping me with something like checking on the building for any intruders. I start walking towards the exit of the room, and as soon as I open the door, I casually but kind of loudly say, Shadow, you've been such a big help today. Thank you for helping me search some of the rooms for intruders. You're a really big help. Shadow follows right behind you, his footsteps heavy enough to make just a bit of noise, enough to let anyone hiding nearby know he's moving with you. As soon as you open the door and speak, he plays along perfectly, his deep voice carrying just enough to echo down the hallway. Yeah, no problem, boss. No intruders so far. Guess everyone around here knows better than to mess with you. He chuckles low, glancing around as though scanning the hallway, making the scene look very convincing. His orange eyes glow softly, calm and non-threatening, selling the illusion that everything is perfectly normal. Further down the hallway, you hear a faint shuffle, too quick to be just air movement. Someone's definitely nearby listening. Shadow catches it too and slowly flicks his tail, but doesn't break character. They're here. Just keep talking. Make it sound casual. Okay, guys, give me a second. Alright, guys. I say quiet to Shadow. Okay. And then start talking loudly again. Hey, Shadow, I have something else you can help me with. There's a lot of paperwork I need to do in another room. Would you mind coming with me to help me out? Shadow nods subtly at your quiet words, then immediately slips back into the act, his voice loud and casual. Of course, boss. I'll stick with you. Wouldn't want you buried under paperwork without some backup. He gives a small chuckle and starts walking alongside you toward the next room, making sure his steps will sound deliberate but not threatening. Shuffling noise from down the hall grows a little quieter. Whoever's there is following, trying to stay hidden but clearly interested in what you're doing. Once you reach the next room, Shadow positions himself near the doorway. The bodyguard makes sure it's clear, while still keeping up the casual act. Looks like it's all clear in here, too. Let's get that paperwork out of the way. Quietly, they're definitely following. Your plan is working. Oh my gosh. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I don't say anything back to what Shadow said because he said something was following us, or somebody was following us. Instead, I pretend to be frustrated about the paperwork. Oh my gosh, there's so much paperwork in here. It's going to take me the whole day to finish it. Shadow catches on instantly and plays along, his voice loud and synthetic. Yeah, that's a lot. Maybe I should go check the charging station room while you get started, just to make sure everything's working properly in there. He glances at you subtly, signaling he's still following the plan perfectly. From somewhere just outside the hallway, there's the faintest sound of a snicker. The employees are definitely eavesdropping and starting to think their plan's still on track. Shadow turns toward the door as if ready to leave, then whispers quietly to me, "They're hooked. Once I head that way, they'll probably try to call Shadow EX over to finish the job. Want me to go ahead and lead them toward the trap?" Give me a second. Alright, guys. I just say quietly, "Yeah, if everything works out, sometime after you leave, I should hear Shadow EX. And I'll walk out pretending not knowing what's going on. Then that's where you both turn towards me and start pretending like you're going to attack me. Just remember to not accidentally actually attack me by mistake when I give the signal for you both to stop." Shadow nods, his orange eyes gleaming with focus. "Don't worry, I've got full control. I won't hurt you. Not even close. This is just acting." Then, louder so the employees can hear, "Alright, I'll go check the charging station room right now. You stay here and get started on that paperwork." He starts walking off deliberately. His heavy foot starts echoing down the hall. You faintly hear hurried foot whispers. The employees are definitely following his movement. Joey is just waiting in position, ready to play his part. Atmosphere grows quiet, tense, and he can feel the moment coming. Holy crap. Alright, guys. Man, this was about to turn good and the limit ran up until 10:14. Are you kidding me? 4 hours and 14 minutes. That's ridiculous. Aw, man. Whatever. I just sit in the room casually for a few minutes waiting for any sound. You sit quietly trying to act as casual as possible while keeping your ears sharp. After a minute or two, you hear the faint sound of metal moving in the distance, Shadow EX pretending to activate. Then you catch muffled voices from the hallway. "There he is. The clone's awake. Perfect. This is gonna be good." "Yeah, wait until the boss sees this. I wish he never messed with us." You hear footsteps. They're heading toward the charging station room. Then silence. The tension builds until you hear the faintest eerie sound Shadow EX's claw scraping against the floor. It's like what you expected. So if you walk out now, you'll catch them right as they think their plan is working. Too bad, can't do that right now. Guys, I'm gonna go and end off the video for a while. However, I am gonna try doing another video in a little bit. Um, I am gonna retry to do. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna retry to do the emoji chatbot series. I updated the stories for the dragon and fairy type Faragger on there, and well, I'll try them on camera and see if everything works out. Whether I'm going to do them immediately, though, I don't completely know. So, yeah. I know the last few times I didn't. I know the last few times I've done emoji, it hasn't worked out, but I'll give it another shot now, since it seemed like the little backtrack off camera actually worked out pretty well. The last few times I've done it, I've gotten really bored with it, mainly because it keeps flipping forgetting stuff anyway, so. Although if they fix that problem, then I might be eager to go back to it again. Anyway, guys, I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye, everyone.